Well, it's an early morning here. I didn't know that I'd even be able to do a video this morning. We were up at 6 o'clock. Kids, now, Ollie and Ava had something early at school. Addie is here with me. I got to take her over to school in about 30 minutes. And then we have to start training the babies. I didn't bring you a video last night. Honestly, I was tired after last night. And by the looks of the draw on Thursday, I'm going to be very tired after Thursday too. We didn't get our top horses in this week, at least at the Meadows. I think looks like Money's been going pretty good the last 4 or 5 weeks. He's going to miss this portion and be entered at Miami Valley next Wednesday. Spitfire Overseas, he'll also be entered at Miami Valley next Wednesday, as will be Memory and Imagination. Mounds for All will be entered here next Tuesday. Actually, I guess we could look. He could be entered at Miami Valley also on Tuesday. You just got to move some horses around. I knew that this would happen. I didn't know that the pace and the trot would be would miss the same week. I really thought the pace would go this week, but the trot, I'm not shocked at all. So some maneuvering going around at the barn right now. Many of you may have noticed Rose Run Alexander is in over here on Saturday. I like where Harry has Rose Run AJ. He's in, where's my girl? Gorgeous Package going to train. He's in Thursday, I think, tomorrow night, or tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow, I think, at Mohawk. Anyway, you guys know what's going on. You see the draws. Last night, what did we have going on last night? We had 2 in the same race. We had Emeraldillo making his return after missing a month. And then we had Tenacious Hanover Racing. I had a few catch drives along the way. The first one was Emeraldillo. A weird horse. I said to Jason, I might have to open him up a little bit. Coming to the half, he's gapping in the 2-hole and then gapping down the backstretch. The horse drops in front of me and I have to come with him again. Well, I guess I was a little tentative with him because, he did flip his heart the last time he raced. So I didn't want to be too hard on him. But had I been able to fill the 2-hole and keep that horse out, I dare say I'm a winner pretty easy with him. All in all, his mile was pretty good. He closed up well. Mile 57 and 2 last quarter and 30 seconds for being off, right? He missed some time and then sure a qualifier and a training trip, but not racing. So as I said, all in all, I think it was a pretty good mile. Hi. All in all, I think it was a pretty good mile last night. Then we went into the maiden trot. I feel bad. I feel bad for Tyler. So much pressure. I've been there too, where when you're a kid and you're driving for people and you just want everything to go right? You want to put your best foot forward, and sometimes it's easier said than done. And with Tyler last night, I had said to him, I know what the Colt's doing. When you come out of the car with him, you get to the turn and he'll back up on you, but you can't let him box that gate up. Now, you can't chase him too hard, and this is where it gets a little murky, right? You have to keep him advancing, or at least he can slowly throttle back, but you can't let him just come to the turn, twist around sideways, and get out of gear. It's a bad habit, and we got to break him of that habit. And it's born from probably his feet bothering him a little bit, his knees bothering him a little bit. He's a 3-year-old, right? He's just a baby. So these are things we have to work on and we have to help him with. But none of that matters. Just remember, when you come off the car, just let him relax, let him settle. But when you get to the turn, you have to push him through it. Well, he never got to the turn, right? He ran 2 steps out of the gate. And, again, you're trying to do so much and do good for people, and you end up putting yourself in a bad place. It's the same old thing. Just roll the dice. Hopefully it'll work out, and then after it doesn't work out, you're like, I shouldn't have done that. So I feel bad for the kid. He's done well. He does well at the track. He's a good driver, and he's going to learn to be a good driver. And it comes to what's wrong, honey?
Are we going to go yet?
We're going to go in a second, yeah. And as it comes to Colt, this is a time of year where all you guys are getting aggressive too. I've had 4 emails over the last. Hey, stop! 4 emails since he raced, asking, hey, obviously this Colt's not going to be a Buckeye or a Sire State Colt. Are we going to move him? I don't think I was prepared to answer that question because I think the colt can do in a maiden. I think he can do in the non-wards a 2 claimer. I'm certain he can. But coming off 2 breaks, it's really hard to advocate for that, right? So I will say this. I'll explore all angles with respect to Kedo, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks. But obviously a little disappointed last night. I felt bad for all my partners and myself a little bit, but felt bad for Tyler too. I know, the kid tries hard and he's a good driver. He's got a good set of hands on him, but sometimes you can't help when you're a kid, but be a kid. So he'll be fine, and the horse will be fine too. Now in regards to Century, the horse, he just made a break on him last night. No big deal. Century Legion last night. Super careful with him. I'll tell you what. The first time, don't do that, sweetheart. The first time I've actually seen him be tired. Right, and he tried a good last half, 58 and piece, 30 seconds on the end of it. His gait in the straightaways was better. We're still in a maiden, so it's not like we're prepping for the Ontario Sire Stakes program or anything. I know a lot of people asking the same questions they did with Cadeau. What are we doing with him? We did have an offer on him a couple of weeks ago, and it's around kind of what we need for it to work. Coming off last night's race, you would think he's probably close to getting to the winner's circle, I would think. Had I had him a little bit closer, had I got him underway earlier, but you got to watch him in the straightaways, right? But what I did like about him was the last 1/8 of a mile, you can see him switch his leads halfway down the lane and take off again and end up just beat for second. So not a bad race from him. But again, just kind of keeping his head, just treading water as we get into the spring and into the season where the stakes may be coming. So we haven't used preferred or on gate for quite some time, but I think looking at some of the horses and where they might stumble a little bit moving forward, it might be wise to potentially look into the next sale for a couple of these horses, and potentially Century Legion's one of those horses. No guarantees, we're not saying anything yet, but not disappointed with his mile last night, his overall body of work. Hey, you have some patience and be good, please. His overall body of work was good. We just need to see a lot more of that in a much more consistent manner. And then we got to Tenacious Hanover. I was a little disappointed with him, quite frankly. He does not like to leave from the 9 hole. We didn't get away off on the best foot, but we did get away in a decent spot, and I was a little surprised that he kind of fell short. Now, there is a little bit of a virus going through the barn. Amy's running me through everything. We have about 5 or 6 babies that are on the cusp of not going this morning. 100.7, 100.8, creeping up to 101. They get to that 101, they're not going to train. They might jog very lightly, but they're not training. And we have 4, 5, 6 horses on that. It's nice. The weather's nice today, but when you go to +8 and then overnight it's -2, this is Celsius, so 30 to even 40, and it's 56 right now. But again, tomorrow there's a chance of frost in the morning. Those fluctuations around the freezing point can really cause trouble in the barn, and you have to make sure that tonight it's going to be 20 degrees today. Again, Celsius. It's going to be mid-70s today. You have to remember, tonight it's going to start to cool down a little bit. Tomorrow, the night after that, rain is forecasted also. You have to remember to shut all the doors up good tomorrow evening and after that. So that's what's going. Leave that on unless you're not getting into the car. Are you when we go back down?
Yeah.
You are? Well, then you're going to have to keep your coat on, honey.
I'm going back to see the cats.
You're going to go see the cats? Well, then you need your coat on. So that's what took place last night. Obviously, the stories of the morning are about to be told here in a minute. We got a lot of horses to train, hopefully. Now, we do have some scratches with splints and castrations, and it looks like we're on the cusp of having a few 6 scratches also, but nothing serious. The horses in question, Blue Rare and a couple of those horses, they ate all their breakfast. Very mild temperatures. They don't look lethargic at all, so they're either going to jog or train. So as I said to Amy, get everybody ready as if they're going to train, and then we'll retake their temperatures again before we're about to go out the door. And if their temperature is a little too high, then they'll be going out to jog while everybody else goes out to train. And I think that's the best way, just light jogging, 1.5 miles, 2 miles today, just to get them moved, clear their head, and let them enjoy a nice day that is coming also. So right now for me, I'm going to gallop Hangar 1. Right now I'm going to gallop Gaslight Hall. And I am going to get ready for my first set. I see hangers ready in the cross ties. So my day begins right now. I hope you guys have a great day. Also, I'll bring you an update after we train all the babies, how they went. But for right now, just getting our day started. Take care.